Okay, what happens when a believer passes away? Well, at the very moment they stop breathing or they flatline, no matter where they are, no matter what they have been experienced up until that moment. As a believer, when your spiritual body steps out of this physical body, number one, they'll see their guardian angels filled with the glory of God. They step into the presence of God right then. Peace consumes them. Joy consumes them. They're young. And I don't care if you're 90. Your spiritual body is young. In heaven, everybody looks like they're in their 20s. If you're a child, of course, you would still look the same age, but there'd be no fear in that child because their angels are right there waiting to escort them to heaven. The joy of the Lord will begin to consume them. And yes, they actually will turn around and wave goodbye to you if you are there. And I encourage people, if you're ever present when somebody passes, please wave goodbye. And I'm really serious about that because they're waving at you. They are blowing kisses at you. But that pull of the love of the Father has begun to consume them, and they cannot resist it. And then they'll be taken home, usually in a chariot. I've even seen children, like especially boys like 8, 9, and 10, they actually come pick them up in a biplane. And they get a little leather helmet. God so blesses children. And then the angel will jump in there and they'll fly up to the universe. They get to see the whole universe on the way home to heaven. They get to see the planets, the nebulas, all the beautiful things out there that God made, the stars. I mean, you just get undone just on your journey to heaven. Heaven is a world. It's not a flat place in the sky. All the planets are round because heaven is round. It's a world. By the way, they call that the Father's house. In my Father's house, his house is a world. It's not a building. See, we have to relate everything to our life down here. And they begin to go through the universe and they get excited about things. They can even take them on the rings of Saturn if they want to. And then they begin to approach the brightest thing beyond our known universe, the brightest thing in the sky, and that's the world called heaven. Angels will come off of that world and begin to make a line and 2 lines, and they'll pass through them, and they'll start shouting, "Welcome home," and yelling, "Welcome home" to them. And it doesn't matter who's going home. They get so excited. Then they get up to, there's like a disembarking place. It's like a landing area in heaven. And a distance away is the gate. It's not real close to where that is. And the river of life is flowing right there. It's so beautiful. And people, the first thing they do is usually run out and jump in there. They'll jump in the river of life and they begin to throw the water, splash like kids. Many times Jesus will meet you right there at the river of life, and he'll actually throw water on you too. God said, "You must come like little children, and you will feel like a big kid." So they were embraced by the Lord. I'm sure family members always welcome you right there. Actually, they say at the gate, but they don't even wait inside the gate. They come running through the gate. There's no law that says you have to stay inside the gate. No, they're waiting right there where you're getting out, and they know when you're coming. Now, we may be surprised down here, but they're not surprised in heaven. They already know their family members are on the way home to heaven, so they're there to greet them. And then Jesus walks them in the throne room, up the steps of the throne, and gives them back to the Father. And everybody has a huge celebration. If they had pets, their pets are waiting on them also. They don't wait somewhere at your mansion. They want to see you too. And yes, they will remember you. And just because people don't think pets go to heaven, the Father said that's not your choice, it's his choice. He actually told me to tell people it's not a theological discussion. He said he rescued a whole lot more animals on the ark than he did people. Why shouldn't he save the animals? But your pet has a spiritual body. It wouldn't have life in it if it didn't have a spirit. Adam's body was lifeless until God breathed that spirit of life from himself into Adam's nostrils, and then he became a living soul. So there can be no life without the spirit being in you. Amen? And so you just begin to live a life of wonder, but let me tell you, they don't forget you. They'll actually go to a portal every year on your birthday. They will sing happy birthday to you. They'll go get a gift in heaven and put it in your mansion that's being built. They fall in love with you more there than they ever would. This is the thing you need to know. They did not miss their destiny. Whatever gift God put in them, whether it was a musician, a farmer, a florist, whatever it was, they will use that gift in heaven. They'll grow very slowly, as children grow very slowly, and the parents get to come and finish raising them. And then they get to be the gift that God always meant them to be. Isn't God awesome?